Hello, good evening and welcome to my humble model railway, Bedstead Junction. Now tonight it's a little bit of a celebration for me reaching over 100 subscribers. This has gone beyond my wildest dreams, and I think I'm on 103 at the moment. So for all of you who have subscribed to my channel, I thank you very, very much. I hope that my videos have been of interest and continue to be of interest in the future. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to show you what I've actually bought, my latest purchase. And in fact, I've held back on doing this celebration because I've been waiting for these articles to arrive in the post. And they both arrived today, which is good. The first model we've got, pardon me, is R2219, Southern Railway 462, West Country class, 21C123, Blackmoor Vale. Blackmoor Vale, there we are, R2219, Blackmoor Vale. I believe this model is from 2001. Okay, and just to give you an idea, they give you an idea of what the lights are inside. Sorry about the glare on the box there. We'll try and get that down a bit lower. Okay, so sorry about the glare. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one out of the box. And a quick tip for getting a locomotive out of a box is this. If you've got something like this, you can insert either a flat blade or a ruler, and a little twist, and it's up. Okay, that saves you putting the locomotive open with your fingers and wearing the box away. Okay, so what we've got here then, it's super detail, and there are other detail items in the packet. Okay, so what we've got here now is the lovely photo as we saw of Blackmoor Vale. Okay, now we can see it a little bit better now. That is out of the packaging, super detail there. Okay, and on the back, there's also a history of the locomotive. Fantastic. Southern Railway 462 Blackmoor Vale, West Country class, was completed at Brighton in February 1946 and received the name Blackmoor Vale in August 1947, and the locomotive was renumbered 34023 in April 1948. That would have been after nationalisation, and was then repainted in April 1950. So this would have been the early livery we've got here, and it was removed from BR traffic in 1967. It was then purchased by the Bullied Society, and the locomotive was actually returned to steam after a comprehensive overhaul. It's also been named Blackmoor Vale MOOR and Blackmoor MORE. These are both valid spellings of the Vale, which runs between Somerset and Dorset. And they say that this new Hornby model is powered by a 5-pole motor. Okay, and it talks about the super detail which is included. So, and then we'll move on to this. Now, and everybody be saying to me, oh, why don't you just get on with it and get the locomotive out? Well, we'll get to see that in just a moment. So, 2219 3601 3601. So that could have been in June, 3rd of June 2001 possibly. This was actually produced. Okay, and you've got the usual, I think you've still got the similar instructions on this one. Now if you buy the new Bullied Pacific, I don't think that it is too far removed from the one I'm looking at now. Well, that's the instructions there, you can see there. And you can clearly see, you know, it tells you where to oil it, how to remove the body, and the fact you can see there, it's got the 5-pole motor, you can't miss that. It tells you all about your maintenance. Okay, and then we're going to get the model out of the box now, have a quick look at her. So just bear with me just a few moments. Right, so we have the tender is cooperating rather nicely. It's in the polystyrene packaging, this particular model, so it's just a question of easing it out basically without ripping any bits off while I'm doing it. Okay, so that's it, we've done it now. Okay, we'll have a closer look at her later. Okay, but Blackmoor Vale, Now, somebody did comment on the lighting, and I must admit the lighting is far from ideal in this room. I've got a light above me, a lamp behind me, and a lamp to one side. But obviously, one of the factors in this, which may be stopping you from seeing the locomotives in full detail, is me, unfortunately. Okay, that might stop you from seeing the detail as much as you'd like. That's a locomotive there. Okay. Now, the lighting, I mean, unless I can get a supplementary lighting in on this, I mean, I'm hoping I can, there we are, that should give you a little bit more detail there. We're using a rather powerful torch. It was Stuart of St Mary Church Modern Railways who actually pointed out, so I thank you for pointing out the fact that the lighting isn't the best. I'm quite conscious of that, and I'm looking for more permanent solutions. We can have a good look at the locomotive, see what Blackmoor Vale looks like here. Okay. And into the cab as well. The cab's painted, which is good. So that's just a quick tour around there. You can see all the lovely detail underneath there, picked out in gold. Okay. That's the details at the front of the tender there. Okay, so we've got an opportunity to really see this a little bit more better than what we normally do with my lighting. Okay, I'm thinking of introducing a spotlight into the equation when I can afford one or get hold of one properly. And that might be, you can see there, it's got the southern wording on the tender. Beautiful colouring on it as well. So this will be its original Southern Railway colouring. Now it does come with a small detail pack, but I won't show you that because that actually didn't come in the standard bag you'd expect to find it in. It came in a freezer bag, which is fair enough. That's was good enough for me. Now you can see we're back to the normal lighting now, and you can see, yeah, to be fair, it's hard to see the details underneath. We'll turn that back on, you can see the difference. You want really some kind of light source coming from the side. But anyway, we'll move on to this now in just a moment. Now, probably the first thing that I always like to ascertain when I buy a brand new locomotive is, does it work? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just want you to see something before I do put it on the track. That beautiful there, and that beautiful there, Blackmoor Vale, West Country class, and the emblem on the side. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now we're going to put this one onto the track, and then we'll have a look and see how she runs. And I've also got some additional items I bought as well, which have arrived today. And I hope that this is going to amount to be quite a treat for you Southern Railway fans. Now, I think probably the only railway I've left out of the big four now, I've done Great Western, I've done Midland, I've been buying Southern, just bought these Southern Railway items, so of course I've neglected the LNER so far. I will be, LNER fans, any of you out there, please be patient. I will get to the LNER at some point when funds and permits and the right models become available. Now this one I could not resist. Okay, the gentleman or lady who offered this, and gentleman offered this to me at quite a reasonable price. Actually, it was actually put on offer. The price was slightly reduced when I bought this. I got this including postage for just over £70, £70 and 20p. If you're curious how much it cost me. Oh, look at that. That is smooth. Now, bearing in mind this is a model made in 2001, I just ran that in reverse. I think that's one of the smoothest runners I have in my whole collection. Bear in mind this is straight from the box, virtually. Now Blackmoor Vale is actually running around my track now. You can see, follow her going round. That is utterly superb. Okay, this is preserved. I think this one is preserved. I think it's kept on the Bluebell Railway. Or this is where its home is, on the Bluebell Railway, the Blackmoor Vale. I don't know if Winston Churchill is actually in commission, the other one which was kept in preservation, or from British Rail. But this one here, Blackmore Vale, is the one you can see going around the track right now. I don't think I need to see any more really. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Straight out of the box. Now there are many people that will say that Hornby actually did a lot of really good stuff in the early to mid sort of 2000s, and I tend to agree on that particular point. I mean, if this is what you judge locomotive of that time by, I mean, you can just, there's only one word you can really say, and that's magnificent. Absolutely superb. So well done, Hornby. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at some other items to go with this locomotive in a few minutes' time. I'm going to get them all out of the boxes. I think you like to see what I bought, and you, especially the R numbers, if you're thinking of buying one for yourself, if you're looking out for one for yourselves. Now, what I've also been doing is I've been buying some coaches to go with it, and these turned out as a package of 3. Basically, they were offering all 3 coaches. They were offering 2 composites and 1 brake, and I couldn't resist it. R162 Southern Railway composite coach olive green. R162. Then the other composite coach is the same, R162 Southern Railway composite coach olive green. And the brake is R163 Southern Railway brake coach in olive green. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these out onto the track now, so we've got a complete train, and then we'll let it run around a little bit, and then we might get to talk a little bit more about the actual model itself. And then we'll see if we've got time to put this one onto the Lazy Susan. I may well do that. I'm experimenting at the moment with lighting on the Lazy Susan, because as it was quite rightfully pointed out, the lighting isn't the best, and the light's coming in from above. As you can see, you really can't see the wheels of things properly, so we'll see if we've got a solution to that. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get these coaches out. Now, let me just see. And also, this is the first time we've got one of these out of the boxes. In fact, they're perfect. The boxes are in perfect condition. Gorgeous. I think they got the original tissue on them. Absolutely superb. I think they just I'll take the tissue off. No, it's been taped on, so I don't think it's the tissue that came with it. Okay, I'll just put that to one side. A Southern Railway composite coach. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll get the composite. Another composite. And then we'll move on to the brake in just a few moments' time. Beautifully presented. Now, I'll tell you what I've been looking for initially on these models, and that's that they appear to be complete, and they do. Okay, the things you'll be looking for, and for those of you uninitiated and probably not used to buying things on eBay. Things I look out for, whether you think they're important is up to you, but I look for the condition, the paintwork. Are all the buffers present? Or are the couplings present? Yes. Right, we can tell that's a brake one because it's got a guard compartment. Right, so we're going to put these onto the track now as well. And then we're going to watch our magnificent Blackmoor Vale proceeding round the layout. How do they roll? They seem to be rolling fine. And I just had a twisted coupling then, so that's on there. And yep, these coaches roll beautifully. Now we'll see if we can couple up. Oh, lovely low speed control. We'll see if I can got that on camera. I'm just going to go back a moment just to check we've got that on camera. Yes, we have. Okay, so we'll just see if we can get this locomotive coupled up. Okay. Here we go. The magnificent Blackmoor Vale. West Country class. Now I may show this one, show all of this in more detail when I've got some additional lighting put in. So I think at the moment, and I've got 3 lights on this little layout, and I'm hoping it's okay for you. Just zoom in a little bit there. Blackmoor Vale, is that beautiful? Okay, so I hope you, all of you Southern Railway fans out there, are enjoying watching this. This a locomotive. The designer was Oliver Bullied. Okay, now these were designed in wartime. And Oliver Bullied was allowed to proceed with the production of the Merchant Navy class, which was a larger version of this, and then the West Country class, because they were designated as mixed traffic locomotives, so capable of pulling both freight and passengers. It's a 462, it's a Pacific locomotive. It had some innovative features. Sorry if I didn't see that very well. It had great innovations put into it. The first you notice, of course, is the outer casing. Now, with some people, it earned them the name spam cans, so some people call them spam cans. I think they just look lovely locomotives, to be honest. Now, the actual casing put on the outside of the locomotive was there not as much for streamlining, but to enable it to be run through a washer. So it can be washed along with the coaches, from what I can gather. So it's for cleaning purposes. Now, one of the other innovative features was that these the valves, I think, were chain driven, with chains running in their own separate oil bath. Okay, so it was basically almost following automotive procedure. A lot were rebuilt into a more conventional configuration with Vulture's ball gear. Now they were divided up between the West Country class, which this one is, and the Battle of Britain class. The West Country class obviously named after places that were served by the Southern Railway. And the Battle of Britain class after aircraft, I think, and personalities involved in the Battle of Britain. They were withdrawn between 1963 and 1967. I think 20 still exist, but not all of them are actually runners. So 20 of these are in existence. There were 2 bought directly from British Rail, and the first one of these is this one, Blackmore Vale, and also Winston Churchill. They were bought directly from BR Service in 1967. Now, one of the features as well is the wheels. The wheels are a special design from Bullied. Instead of having spokes, they've got more or less like holes instead of spokes. Now, different shape to a conventional steam locomotive. Again, another one of its innovative features. Now, another thing which did affect Southern Railway design was that, as far as I'm aware, the Southern Railway did not have any water troughs on this network. So that meant either having to have larger capacity tenders, or obviously having plenty of places where the locomotives could be replenished with water. Now these can be seen all over the West Country, and one of the places, I don't know if this one was actually used on this railway, but the West Country class will be used quite a lot on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Now the West Country class and the Battle of Britain class, they were both called Light Pacifics. These were built for lines where the actual Merchant Navy class were not permitted to run because of their weight. Very popular locomotives. Donald Bill, one of the famous drivers on the Somerset and Dorset, he appeared in a film called All Change at Evercreek Junction. He actually said that he preferred the original West Country class to the rebuilt West Country class locomotives, and he thought they went along with a nice little chuffety chuff if they were handled correctly. Now, also, the Battle of Britain classes, Battle of Britain class and the West Country class, have got the distinction of pulling one of the last trains on the Somerset and Dorset. That they were actually pulled by a double heading of Bude and Biggin Hill. Okay, so one West Country class and one Battle of Britain class. So there's a lot out there actually for those of you who want to know about the West Country class and the Battle of Britain class locomotives. And I do believe you can get these in their rebuilt form as well. As you can see, I mean, this is directly from the box. This is running absolutely beautifully. Even though I keep saying so myself. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably have a more detailed look in maybe another video. Because obviously I've only got this locomotive today. Only just got to manage to get everything out of the boxes, ready to run and everything else. And we can have a proper look round her when I can get onto the Lazy Susan. I might do maybe a shorter video of this one on the Lazy Susan, and you can get a better idea of what it's actually like more close up. What I'm experimenting with at the moment is ways of actually staging it, and all the staging of it and the lighting. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look and see what she's like over points. okay, because that is important. And also on my layout, as I've often said, control is essential on kind of layout like this. I mean, really, I've crammed in quite a lot into a 6 foot by 4 foot space, okay, and really it's a bit of a risky layout in many ways. I've got the track running quite close to the edge on the curves, and also my 2 sidings running into the station. One wrong twist of the controller, and I'm off the edge of the layout and onto the floor. So control is a good control is absolutely essential when I'm actually driving a locomotive like this. So let's have a look. Let's just watch her coming into the station now. Right, and also it'll be a good test of these Hornby coaches over the points as well. Okay, so let's wait for the signal to go. Here we go, and off we go. Ah, right, really, really nice, slow running. So we'll see how she runs over the points now. Absolutely superb. And we can get a better look now at the magnificence of this locomotive as it gracefully draws into the station. I mean, the erratic running there into there with me, so I'm controlling the camera with my right hand and the controller in my left, so not so easy to do. And we've got a chance of having a little look at her. I'm going to lower the camera down slightly, then we can have a proper look at her from the side. Obviously you won't get a 360 view, unfortunately, but let's just see now. There we are, so that's more or less a broadside view. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if shining an extra light on it makes this a little bit easier for you to see. It's a very, very temporary measure, by the way. There we are, so now we can see the details. I mean, this is with a torch office. Okay. You can clearly see those wheels. I think they're cast, those wheels. And you can see the shape of the wheel is totally unique. Okay. You clearly see the 462 arrangement there. Obviously you've got the front pony chuck there. Sorry about the shadow there. Or the torch getting in the way. You can see the 4, 6, and then there's another 2 wheels under the pony chuck there. Now, one thing I will be finding out as well, and I'll be doing another follow-up video on this particular one, is whether or not those back wheels are flangeless. I've not had a chance to have a proper look at this one, to be honest with you. Let's just have a shine the torch on it. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so I hope that's given you a good look at it. Obviously, it's a bit of a temporary solution for the lighting until I can find a better solution for staging this locomotive. You can clearly see the lovely crest there. Superb. Blackmore Vale. The crest in the middle, and then underneath it says West Country Class. 21C... 2-3. I think that's to do with the Southern Railway designation for wheel arrangements, and a lot of Southern Railway fans will be shouting at the screens now saying surely I should know what that means. I need to look that up. The Southern Railway, they have a unique way of actually sort of numbering the wheel arrangements. Okay, so I need to do more research on that. It's got cab windows. The cab windows are in there. I can clearly see those. The details for the detail of the cab's fully there as well. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for now. Okay. And thank you very, very much for watching, and thank you for all those people who've subscribed. Okay. I do appreciate it very, very much. I mean, it's really. When I started this channel, I didn't think I'd be getting anywhere near this amount of support with it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please like what you see. If you like it, subscribe. And I shall bid you farewell now, and a good night for now. And we'll have another closer look at her later. Okay. Thank you very much, and bye bye.